What's up, graphic designers? Today we're going to be starting our sequential art unit, and we're going to be creating 4-panel comic strips. Here's a comic I made back in 2006. Mr. Drozd tries to make a new friend. Do you want to see my Velociraptor impression? I guess. Roar! What the? Are you impressed? Gee, yeah, that was real cool. Weirdo. And we'll take a look at another one called How the Mighty, and it starts off with, Shh, I just won 28 million in the New York Powerball. As such, our friendship is terminated. This isn't a lottery ticket. It's a receipt from CVS. And why were you buying itch cream? It's for a friend. It was for me. So we can see that in each of these panels, we've got the same background. We've got PNGs of each of these individuals along with dialogue bubbles. I'm going to teach you how to create that right now, but let's talk very briefly about the mechanics of comics. We know that dialogue goes from left to right in the panels or top down. You guys are going to include a title on your comic strip along with your name and date. We're going to strive for traditional dialogue bubbles that look a little bit like that. Typically, we want to keep our characters in the bottom half of the comic, dialogue bubbles in the top. And here's another example from January of 2010. Superman's a jerk. Hey, my dude, can you watch my car real quick? Okay, no problem. Ah, I'm going to be right back. Yo, Superman, what the hell, man? So, you guys are going to actually be creating a comic today featuring a celebrity or fictional character of your choice. Then we're going to be using photos of you with a buddy later on this week. So, for example, here I just started a 4-panel comic strip featuring KP and Batman. And Batman says, "Who made you the king of the city?" And KP responds, "I think we both know the answer to that question. I don't remember you dropping 40 on the Pacers." So what happens next? Well, Batman obviously needs to respond. You guys are going to pop in your individuals, and you can see that this character bleeds over into this left panel, right? We don't want to do that, so I'm going to use the rectangular marquee, and I'm going to press delete and eliminate Batman. What happens now? Well, we've got to add some dialogue, right? So maybe what is Batman saying? I'm going to left click and drag to create a space for the dialogue bubble. And he says, "I do not." And actually, for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the text to red just so we can see it. And we always actually want to write our text first. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. So Batman says, "I do not remember what? You saving this city from Bane." You guys are going to come up with something far more witty than this. And next thing that we need to do is actually add that dialogue bubble. And I noticed that when we look in the layers palette, I can see that in the very bottom we've got all the background, and above that we've got our characters, and then we've got these bubble layers, and then the text, and then at the very top we've got this comic frame, right? This comic frame is always going to stay on top. What we need to do now is add a dialogue bubble, so I'm going to create a new layer, right? And I'm going to right click. We're going to use the elliptical marquee, and I'm going to click and drag so it creates a space like this. And after we use the elliptical marquee, while it's still highlighted, we're going to select the polygonal lasso. We're going to make sure that the add to function is selected, and then you're going to left click 1, 2, 3, 4 to seal it up. Next, we got to right click. We're going to select stroke, and I'm using 4 pixels. We're going to make the color black, and it's going to be outside. And then we're going to right click. We're going to select fill. We're going to make it white. And then this looks amazing. I'm going to return to the rectangular marquee. We're going to sort of carve away the edge of that dialogue bubble right there. And I'm going to return to this text, and we're going to make it black. So what are the steps to create a 4-panel comic strip from scratch? First thing that we're going to have to do is open it up in Photoshop, of course, and then unlock the background layer by double clicking. Amazing. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to select the magic wand tool, and we're going to left click and delete the 4 interior boxes. Beautiful. So we should see that white and gray checkers indicating transparency. Next, we've got to find a background, and I searched small town, and we've got a number of subheadings including creepy, charming, and country. I'm going to go with this image right here because I like it. I'm going to right click, left click, copy, command V. Amazing. And I'm going to press command T. I'm going to increase the size, and I notice that this is above the comic frames, right? It's above those gutters. It's above the template. I'm going to select the rectangular marquee, and I'm going to carve away on these margins. Amazing. So we're going to do the left and then the right. Press delete, and then we've got to copy these. There's a few ways we can do this. I'm going to use the move tool and then hold option and simply duplicate this way. So move tool selected, I'm going to hold option. I'm going to hold option. Amazing. And then one last time. Great. Now what we need to do is find some characters. So I've got Leo and I've got that kid from Stranger Things. I'm going to copy and paste him. Command V. And we don't see him, but we're going to have him above the background beneath the frame. And then we'll grab Leo. Command C. Command V. We'll have him about right there. Command T will shrink him down to approximately that size. That looks great. And I've got Leo. I'm going to shrink him down, and I want him sort of facing the other direction. So because we press Command T, we can right click and get a number of options, including flip horizontal. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to shift him over like so. Great. So let's add some dialogue. To do that, I'm going to use the type tool, and I can see that it's left aligned. And how are we going to start this off? Can I call you Jack? Why not? You guys, again, are going to come up with something super witty. We're going to select the elliptical marquee, and we're going to make sure that we're on the layer between the text layer and the character layer. So I'm going to create a new layer. Boom. And we've got the elliptical marquee selected. And I'll have it about right there. We're going to use the polygonal lasso. Add to is selected. Left click, left click, left click. Right click. We're going to do stroke, black 4 outside. Right click. Fill, white, Command D to deselect, and I'm going to shift this text down. So we've got, of course, this dialog bubble right here, and if we needed to, we could Command T, we could change the size, we could actually flip this as well, and you guys are going to come up with some witty dialogue between a couple characters, celebrities of your choice, athletes, singers, musicians. I'm super excited. We're going to want a title, your name, and 2017. Let me know if you have any questions. Good